So I'm just not sure what to do about continuing my case to get Toby back from the ACC. Got my Secretary of Affairs here, Spike, with me. And we've been looking over my court papers from Kings County Civil Supreme Court, Brooklyn. This is my original summons that I filled out. I couldn't find anybody to serve these papers, though, because, I'm not from New York. I don't know anybody there that's not related to me getting Toby back or helping me search for Toby in the first place. This is my original application and for a TRO, and it was, approved here. It's got a real judge's signature on it. Got the judge's name at the top. It permitted as a poor person. Everything's all ready to go. Because I was unable to serve papers in the week time that I was given, I was told by the help desk there at the court that I would need to refile the entire thing. So I went ahead and did that. Now, the problem was that I filled it out exactly the same and it was denied. And here's the denial. They wrote denied right across the front of it. And who signed that? Some judge, rubber stamp signature right on it. That would be Judge Campanelli, Joy F. Campanelli. Never saw the judge. I brought the court papers to her courtroom and was giving them to her, I guess, court clerk, but was not even allowed in the courtroom the second time. The first time I was allowed in the courtroom, the second time I was not. Here's another denial. This one is for insufficient notice, which is untrue. I called and notified by email the ACC that I was filing a TRO motion against them. And then she says the relief sought in TRO is improper, which I asked for custody of Toby while this court action took place. The law clerks, between this second and third time that I filed these papers, not the law clerks, I'm sorry, the help desk there, wanted me to add the name of the foster from the ACC to the court case, and I refused to do that. I said it's not the foster, and I don't feel comfortable with putting the foster's name in court papers. That's between the ACC and me, and not the foster. I don't want people to know who has Toby while he's in custody of the ACC for Toby's safety. I know he was brought in by the police on Christmas Eve after the person who had him passed away, and that their apartment had been lit on fire. So, for Toby's safety and for the foster's safety, I don't feel comfortable putting that information on paper. I'm not really sure how to proceed here. I don't want to do this via video or via Zoom or whatever they use now, Microsoft Teams, because that's just had so many problems. I've already complained about the King County in Washington, in their court having Zoom problems, people impersonating people in court, having fake courtrooms set up. As one of my previous cases, they had my boyfriend's phone number set up as a courtroom meeting ID, so that was improper. And I've made comments. I complained to the presiding judge in King County, Washington, and now I've got paperwork here so that I can file a complaint with the New York State courts for improper court action. Basically being discriminated against. Fraud incident report, which I'll be filling that out now that I'm feeling much better after my stay in the hospital for a very brief amount of time in New York State, where I supposedly had strep throat, although they never gave me a throat culture. They released all my information on my chart without my permission, so that's not uncommon. They've already done that, screwed with all my medical records in Washington State, in California, and now in New York. So anyways, I'll be filling out this Office of the Inspector General for discriminatory treatment, but I'm just not sure because I'm not familiar with the New York court system, how to progress this case, to ask for another TRO, or schedule another hearing because they keep rubber stamping this and denying it for BS reasons. I'm really not comfortable that this court even can exercise jurisdiction properly without the court clerks running amok. And that's not just a problem with the Kings County Civil Supreme Court. I also have a problem with the Ulster County Circuits Court, where they told me, I didn't need to have this document notarized, and they cited CPLR 2106, which the law librarian was nice enough to make a copy of the actual law book with the law in it for me, which I still am interpreting differently as, this is something that you don't have to sign the affidavit. You don't have to have your affirmation notarized. But, I went ahead and got the actual affidavit notarized myself and kept it because they wanted me to also redo that entire case, even though they'd already mailed out the certificates. They said to my address in Seattle, which is not true because I got my mail scanned. They never sent it. It never arrived in Seattle. And because I was gone so long, all my mail that I had put on hold was all returned to sender. So they would have received it back in their office by now anyways, but they never did. And they never notified me. They never sent it. And the law clerk, the court clerk there, the circuits court in Ulster County, conveyed to me that she had to check with other county clerks to determine whether she could reissue certificates or anything like that. And it's not her job to interpret the law as the clerk of the court. But she went ahead and did that anyways. She's back and forth emails. I have proof of this. So I'm just, I've got two of these forms to fill out, one for Ulster County and one for Kings County Civil Supreme Court. It's a real disappointment. The first time I filled out this case against the ACC number 283-24, and it was approved, I just had, hard time finding somebody to serve the summons. And that was when the AskNoah.org got involved. And ever since then, the case just became like a joke. At least they finally put it on the index and it can be searched now because before it was unsearchable. Anyways, well, I just hope somebody can help me out, point me in the right direction of what I can do next. I don't have money to hire an attorney. Obviously, I'm a poor person. Granted, they granted my poor person application, so I got that at least. But